Hello, everybody. It is that time of the week. It's Live with Kristy, Wicked Wednesday, Werewolf Wednesday, whatever kind of Wednesday you are having. I'm having a great day. I hope everybody's having a great day out there, having a spooky day, of course. I have a ton of fun stuff to talk about, so I can't wait to get going on what I have to talk about. Hello, Jeff. How are you? Hello, David. I need a nap. Can you take one here? If you want to take a nap, I guess if I'm boring. Hello, Halloween Lovers Club. Oh, I love that. Hello, Noah. Hello, August. Hello, Ryan. Zombie Mompson. Hello, Quentin. Hello, Elaine. How are you, Elaine? Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it. Hello, Jason. I hope everybody's having a great day today. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. So, just want to talk about some of the things that I will be talking about. I'm going to talk a little bit about Goosebumps. We'll talk a little bit about the fall of the House of Usher and John Carpenter's Suburban Screams, Zombie Town, R.L. Stine's Zombie Town, and Shaky Shivers. Shaky Shivers is the movie that me and Brian just did a podcast on. So we have a whole podcast on that. But then we ended up talking about actually some of these other things too. We talked about a bunch of different stuff. So yeah. And then I have a little show and tell for you, something from my childhood that I brought to kind of go along with some of this stuff. I have a shirt I'd like to show, and I've got a couple products. I know Brian's already done a video on the thing from NECA, and this has been like really popular. People are buying this up. It's huge, but it's gorgeous. So we'll talk about that too, and I'll open it up a little bit and show y'all the figure. So let's see, what are y'all saying real quick before I get going? What have y'all been watching though? What have y'all been watching? Tell me what y'all been watching. Other than the stuff that I've mentioned, I haven't really watched anything else. I've been getting caught up on my Dateline in 2020, though. I love that true crime stuff. Hello, Festival of Samhain. Oh, I like that name. Hello, Captain Spaulding. You want the thing? I know that it's going pretty quick, actually. Shaky Shivers is Han from Yes He Is, and we are going to talk about that. Yeah. You've got the Coraline figure, so it's cute. I'm going to go ahead and confess I've never watched Coraline, so I don't know nothing about her. But I do know that any Coraline products I've ever had over the past years in the store sell out really quick, and everybody seems to really love Coraline. So I have not watched it, though. It's a Wonderful Knife. Oh, my God, I want to watch that. So you've already watched it? Hello, Gruesome Magazine. Hello, Israel. How are you? Nothing much. Goosebumps is good, though, isn't it? Where Evil Lurks. Okay. So the Where Evil Lurks, I know everybody's liking that movie, and everybody's saying it's fantastic. I've had a lot of people message me and say that I need to watch that. But also, I'm not a subtitle person. I'm not a foreign movie person where I have to read subtitles. So I normally don't watch that stuff. So I have not watched it. But once we aired the podcast, I'm having everybody comment from the podcast what you guys want us to review next week. And it's going to either be Evil Lurks Within, so I can try something new and do something different and actually watch a foreign film with subtitles, and everybody seems to love it. Brian's already watched it, and he loved it. Or we can do a Christmas movie like It's a Wonderful Knife. And I'm letting y'all choose that. So we'll give that a few days to ponder out there, and everybody comment on that, and then I don't know, we'll figure out what we'll watch then for next week to review. So Teddy Told Me To is great. Hello, Teresa. How are you? Hello, Billy Becker. How are you? Hello, Cody. Hey, Cody. Till Murder Doeth Part. I have not watched that. Oh, it's a documentary. Oh, I'll have to watch that. I like documentaries. Death Simber is really good. I like that. You're still sick, Cody? Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I was just about to ask if you were feeling any better. I'm so sorry you're still sick. Oh, I hope you had a good Halloween otherwise. It's a Wonderful Knife. Yeah, see, I need to watch that. I can't wait to watch it. I love the holiday horror. There's a lot of really fun holiday horror movies coming out, and I'm really excited about that. I'm kind of excited to see what Tubi will put out too for their cheesy stuff. They didn't put out any kind of Tubi original lately, so I didn't get to watch anything like that. But Goosebumps, let's talk about that for a minute. You can stream Goosebumps on Hulu. The 9th episode will air tomorrow, I believe. So last week we had, episode 8, and I did get to watch episode 7 too. I had to get caught up. And the only thing I wrote down was that Slappy is creepy. And he is. This Slappy is really creepy looking, and he is an asshole. And I know that's what he is anyway, but it's extra now. I'm really liking this Slappy. Not that I didn't like the other one, but I'm really liking this one now. It's so good. And then again, I wrote down Justin Long. I'm loving his acting in this. He's doing a really great job being the two different people, I think, because he has to be someone, a kid from 93, and then he has to be his character, Mr. Brad, as well. And his transitions, like when he's in the car and he's transitioning back and forth to both, that's really good. I love Justin Long, and I love a lot of the stuff that he does, and I'm loving him in Goosebumps. And my favorite thing right now with watching the Goosebumps, and it's something I can't wait to happen. I don't know if that's bad or not, but every time they see a James and they don't know if it's the real James, and then they hit him and he goes splat with the green slime, I am so loving that. It is so much fun, and I'm just waiting for it to happen all the time. So that's kind of one of my favorite things about the Goosebumps series, I think, is all these different James, and then when you hit him, splat, green slime. It's just fun. I love it. What are y'all saying? Hello, Mike Reynolds, and hello, the Mayor Michael. Lots of Michaels. Yes, it's windy here, y'all. How are you doing? We need to do a watch party, don't we? Oh, you watched the Monster Squad. Monster Squad's always good to watch. Oh, good. Well, at least you got to go around and scare the neighbors. And you had a mask on, right? So. Oh, no, Dawn today. We'll tell Dawn I said hello.
He's watching you at the barbershop with 15 other people.
Oh, hey. Hey, barbershop. How are y'all doing? I used to cut hair long time ago. I've done it before. Ooh, that's a good point. Zombie Momsen said love a replica of the new Slappy. I would too. I have a replica of the other one. A good friend of mine gave me. So I would like a new one. Oh, I wonder if somebody will do that. I'm sure maybe somebody will. Sorry, just reading everybody's stuff. What else did everybody dress up as for Halloween? I know we kind of touched on this last week when me and Rachel did our live show. A tunneler replica. Well, they do, is that, tunneler from Puppet Master? Because they do make those. Full Moon makes the replicas. With the Jack Black likeness. Oh, yeah. We're still waiting for the Rob Zombie masks, y'all. I'm so sorry. Yes, we're going to get them. We're going to get them really soon. We're just still waiting on them. I'm sorry. Yeah, Tots might do it. Yeah. Cody, you just said a mouthful. Yeah, who knows who will do it. But we do need a new Slappy, though. That'd be really cool. I'm not sure. Brad and Fiona, I'm not sure if we can get them, and I'm gonna have to say I'm sure they might be a little bit expensive too, because we do have to pay these people to come in here. So maybe Fiona, I don't know, but I know Christine and Alex were wanting to both come back together. I know that's they're wanting to do that. But I would love to have Brad and Fiona. Oh my gosh. That'd be a dream to have them in here. Never know. You never know though. And Linnea Quigley, I like to have her too. Yes, and I need to watch that. Thank you for reminding me, Jeff. Hello, that horror couple. Hello, Kaylee and Robbie. How are y'all? I get it, Cody. No. Let's see. Can't wait for the Tots Party Expo. Oh, yeah. Lots of new stuff. Can't wait. Yeah. Right? I'll have to see how my friend of mine got me the Slappy doll. I'll have to see where they ordered it from. And then just message me and I can probably give you the link. No, I have not watched Host. They did make a Slappy doll, but I'm not sure if they redid the Slappy. I think they just came back out with the masks, but I'm not sure if they came back out with the Slappy. So yes, they have done one. But I have another one though too. I have a different one from a different company. I am excited for Thanksgiving. We're all excited for Thanksgiving here. So tomorrow at Nightmare Cafe is the Thanksgiving horror trivia. And we're giving out the Thanksgiving posters, movie passes, and some other cool merch that they sent us to give away. So if you're going to be here in Las Vegas, come to Nightmare Cafe tomorrow night for the horror trivia, and you can win you some Thanksgiving merch. The posters are cool. I want a poster. Oh, the glow in the dark eyes. Yeah, that would be a really cool asset to the Slappy doll if they could do that. Yeah, the Greta replicas are very nice. I like those too. Patrick Dempsey, yes, he's the sexiest man. Star of Thanksgiving. I know. You know what? That's right. I didn't even think about that. Oh, that, yeah. Yeah, I seen that this morning on the news about Patrick Dempsey. That's really awesome. I love him. Nightmare Cafe is located here downtown in the Arts District on Commerce Street, right next to the store. So you got the store and Nightmare Cafe right next to each other. So far, I'm pretty cool about Terrifier 3. Yeah, I like that's going to be a Christmas one. We'll see how that goes. I love the holiday horror, so adding holiday horror and Terrifier together, I think that's a pretty damn good idea. Is mine from the movie or the original show? I think mine is from the original show. And like you can move its head and stuff and its mouth. I'll have to post it. I'll post it, y'all. Yeah, you got me. Yeah, there you go. Throw things. There you go. Do Friday 13th. Oh, Damien Leone wants to do Friday 13th. Oh, I didn't see that part. That would be interesting. Yes, this is the dog. Yes, this is the dog. It's from the books. Okay. It's from the, see, I didn't get to watch Goosebumps back then, so I'm not like real like up to par in all the Goosebumps stuff, except for all this new stuff. And so thank you for educating me. I love it. And giving me the books and everything. Yes, I can't even say that word, ventriloquist. I can't say that with these Invisaligns in. Hey, porn star Jay, how are you? It's very 90s. Yes, it is. Okay, so moving on from Goosebumps, let's talk about the fall of the House of Usher. Oh my God. So that's on Netflix. I don't really get on Netflix very much. There's not really a whole lot on Netflix really interests me, but sometimes they have these series on there. And Mike Flanagan's doing an excellent job. But there's 8 episodes. They're about 1 hour an episode if you have not watched this yet. So I binge watched it in a day, and I'm going to tell you what, I freaking love this show. I give it a 10 out of 10. I highly recommend it. There's absolutely nothing bad I have to say about The Fall of the House of Usher. And I love Edgar Allan Poe. If you're a big Edgar Allan Poe fan, you're going to love this. And it's a lot about money and power and the greed of wanting money and power. But that greed can turn into something else, and all that can just go away. And that's kind of what this is about. You've got this family that, they didn't have much. This brother and sister they didn't have much. He was married, already had a couple kids, and kind of built this business and built this empire. And they built the business on pills, on medication. But apparently the medication is very addicting. So it's, a subject that's actually going on in real life. Addiction to painkillers and things. And so they're the family, they're the business that made these painkillers that everybody's, addicted on. But there's always a price to pay for wanting that power and wanting the money. And you learn that in this story of the fall of the House of Usher. And that's the fall of it. He ends up having a lot of kids. And they have all passed away, and their story all intertwines together. So it's kind of plays out a little bit. Each episode is kind of about each kid and their death in a way. So that's really interesting. The acting was amazing. Let me pull this up really quick. Acting was amazing by everybody. Great cast. Carla, me and Brian were talking about this because we did talk about this. Let's see, where'd it go? Here it is. Me and Brian did talk about this on the podcast too. Carla, we cannot pronounce her last name, but she played the Raven. She's like Death in the movie and or in the series, and she plays so many different characters because she's a different type of death and a different type of character for each death of the child. But she plays so many different characters in this. She's amazing, and just absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna say the part where the younger Usher, they also show the family's sexual fetishes in this as well. And the younger Usher, the younger child, he's going to throw this big orgy party type thing. And Carla, she comes in this mask, a little teddy, and this like long nightgown. And I'm telling you, she was sexy as hell. I was just like, whoa. Just set design, the atmosphere of this, it's very dark and very gothic. You get a lot of emotions when you watch this. There's a lot of sadness, but there's a lot of other emotions going on. And yeah, I mean, there's just really nothing else. There's just nothing bad I can say about it. It's so good. It's so good. Go watch it. I think a lot of people are watching it. I've noticed a lot of people posting about it and everything. I've missed a lot of messages. Let me go back. Let me go back, y'all. Let's see. Okay. Let me go back and read some of this. But yeah, I highly recommend this one. Out of everything that I'm going to talk about and everything that I've watched, this is the top one that I recommend. I mean, total 10 out of 10. Oh, thank you. For a kid show, the episodes seem pretty dark. Yeah. Hello, Glenn. How are you? Zombie Momsen, can you put up the link for that? For the Slappy doll? If you're still here. I like Tubi and Peacock. They got a lot of good stuff. Hello, Trico. How are you? We should bring back Mask Monday videos. Yeah. I'm sorry. There's just... Dylan doesn't work for us anymore, and there's just nobody here that has the mask knowledge that Dylan had, which is why we were doing those videos. So, I'm sorry. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it. Ooh. Hello, Jeremy. Trying to say hi to everybody. Where can we watch the full house? The full of the house? Oh, okay. So the series is on Netflix, and then there's the older movies too. There's tons of House of Usher movies. I knew of like 2, but there's like 5 or 6 when I was looking all this up. Thank you, Anthony. I really appreciate it. Yeah, Dylan went off to work for Justin Maber at Trick or Treat Studios. Yeah, he hasn't worked for us all year. He hasn't been here all year, so. Hello, Lester. How are you? Okay, so moving on. I got caught up on my messages. Thank you for coming in, everybody. I really appreciate it. So let's move on to John Carpenter's Suburban Screams. That is on Peacock. It's like a docu-series. Each episode, there's 6 episodes, is about 40 minutes long, so they're not too long. I had a few people ask me if I've seen this, and people saying they've watched this, and some people say they didn't really care for it, or some people are just like, it's okay. I'm kind of with them. It's okay. I really think the episodes could have been about 30 minutes. I think 40 minutes was a little too long for some of the episodes. But what they have in common is that they're supposed to be true stories. Stories about, something that happened to people in different neighborhoods and towns and things. John Carpenter is attached to this. He only directed one of the stories, and that was the last one, episode 6. And he directed it from his house, from his couch. So that's interesting. And then he does the dialogue for for when the show, the starting of the show. And then that's it. That's really about all he's attached to it. So he doesn't direct all of the episodes. It's just one episode. And have y'all watched this at all? Let's see. I don't know when we're going to get Scream 7. I don't know. Who needs a wrench? Oh, it's like I got lost in the conversation. Sorry. So anyway, like I said, there's 6 episodes, and they're all supposed to be true. I have to say, the first episode, I have a little problem if it's true or not. As Philip would say, hokum. I know Philip would totally not believe this story. It's supposed to be true. The rest of them seemed true. I know the second story is actually true. But the first story is called Kelly. And it's basically about some friends that make a Ouija board on a pizza box, and they summon a demon. And then the one guy sees this particular entity all the time, and like kind of drives him crazy and stuff. So these play out like you have the actual person that went through the trauma and went through the stories talking about it, but then you have reenactments as well going on as well. The reenactments could have been a little better on some of them. Some of them were okay, but it just kind of was a little slow for me. It wasn't all as exciting as I wanted it to be. Like I said, I think they probably could have been 30 minutes long instead of 40 minutes long. But I have a little bit hard time believing that, okay, let's just make a Ouija board on a pizza box and then that works. I don't know. Does it really work anyway? I don't know. But just to make one with a pizza box, I was just like, I don't know about that. But it's supposed to be true. So I don't know. You watch it and you figure that out if you think it's true or not. The second one is called A Killer Comes Home. And that one is actually about a serial killer in Canada. And that was something that actually did happen. And there's proof of that all over the internet. And that was an interesting story. That's probably was my favorite because I know that one's really true. And that happened I think it was in the late 70s or 80s or something like that. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, it's just basically about a serial killer in Canada that had happened. The third one's called House Next Door. I didn't really write anything about that one. The fourth one is called The Bunny Man. The Bunny Man is more about the urban legend from Virginia. It's an urban legend that's in Virginia, the Bunny Man legend. But of course, there's people talking about their real experiences seeing the Bunny Man. Don't know if all that's too true or not. There is a true story that goes along with it, though. That had started happening in the 1900s, way back when. But for people to still say that they're seeing this Bunny Man killer, I don't know about all that. But the costume for the reenactments of the Bunny Man, I thought was actually very creepy, and I thought it was very cool looking. And I was like, oh, well, I would actually just want to see a movie with that guy, with the Bunny Man, and just see just a whole regular movie on that. So that was kind of my thought process on that story. The fifth one was called Cursed Neighborhood. I had really liked that one. That one was good. And then the sixth story, which was the one that John Carpenter directed, is called Phone Stalker. That one was pretty believable to me. The girl that's going through this and having this phone stalker. It's pretty crazy. It's a pretty crazy story. I really feel bad for her. It's really insane that someone would stalk her phones in such a way to where she would get a new phone, but somehow they would figure it out, and somehow they would say things to her and message her of things that were happening to her in the now, and would know what she was doing in her house and all this. And this has been going on for years, and she can't get rid of them. So that's kind of creepy and scary in itself. So that one was really good. So I really liked story 2, 5, and 6. But it wasn't all that exciting. I guess if I had to rate the whole series, I'd give it a 6, maybe a 5, 6, something like that. It was okay. But I like true crime stuff, but I don't know. Like I said, that first one was a bit unbelievable. I don't know. Do y'all really believe that it would work if you just make some pizza box a Ouija board? I don't know. I like the urban legend stuff too. I've seen Iris said that. Thank you.
So I put the propane's link in there for him.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you.
And then Laney wants to know where your talk is from.
Oh. Hello. Sorry, let me go back. I was talking. I didn't get to see all y'all's messages. Did the link show up? You got the link? Yeah, we got the link. Thank you so much. My top, yes. Well, we used to carry this. We don't carry this particular top right now, but it is from Halloween Shirt Company. It's very fallish, isn't it? I love this top. This is one of my favorites, and I like the yellow color. I love Halloween Shirt Company. Their shirts feel really good. And we carry a lot of their shirts in the store. This is just a shirt we don't have at the moment. But actually, since we're talking about the shirt, let me just show y'all a Halloween Shirt Company shirt that we do have in stock that I really like. And it's really fall Halloween-ish. So it's good for this time of year. And we have different sizes. Can you see that? Yeah. I'm loving this print. I like the skull, skeleton, reaper looking guy with the pumpkin, and you get the fall leaves in there and all that. And their shirts feel really nice too. But we do have this in stock in store and online. And this is from Halloween Shirt Company. I'll have to put that on and make a post. I love Halloween Shirt Company. I like their vintage style prints that they have. Sorry. Let's see. Sorry, just reading everything. This is true. Yeah, spiritual horror movies, yeah. I get you. I understand what you're saying, Lester. Oh, you know I have a lot of shirts. If y'all follow me, you know I have a lot of shirts. My closet, I really can't fit anymore. I really have a problem. I need to get rid of some. Okay. So let's talk about, I'll talk about Shaky Shivers last. So let's talk about R.L. Stine's Zombie Town. That is on Hulu. It's PG-13. It's about an hour and 32 minutes long. It is a comedy horror. It just came out this year. I was wanting to watch it earlier. I was really wanting to watch it before Halloween and review it weeks ago. I do like R.L. Stine, obviously. We all do. And, you know, of course, with Goosebumps and everything, I was like, oh, I want to try this movie. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't horrible though either. It's not as great as Goosebumps. Let me just say that. But we got Chevy Chase is in it. He's not in it for very much, but Chevy Chase is in this, which is a kind of a surprise. And Dan Aykroyd. Now, Dan Aykroyd does have a significant part in this movie. But again, I was like, why is Dan Aykroyd doing this? But I'm glad he did because I love him and I'll watch anything that he's in. And so Dan Aykroyd is playing a horror filmmaker and his name is Lynn Carver. He's a horror filmmaker in this town and he's like the biggest thing about this town. And the town is called Carverville and everybody loves him and is just this big fan of his. And he's been doing horror films for a long time. And he's about to come out with a new horror film called Zombie Town. And, you know, everybody's going to watch it and stuff. It's set on Halloween, which is great. I will say that the set design and all that is fantastic. This movie screams Halloween. Like the Halloween decorations, pumpkins, fall leaves, costumes, masks, props. I mean, there's so much stuff to look at in this. So that's an A+ with this movie. The whole Halloween feel and it being Halloween. And if you're a horror fan, obviously we are, you'll love all of that too. Like looking just behind everybody and the whole set design and seeing all the different masks set up everywhere and all the different toys and props and things. It's really cool. So they did a really good job with the set design and all of that for really giving it that Halloween feel. So it could be a movie to watch, you know, around Halloween time. I do think that it may be for a bit of a younger crowd. I think Goosebumps kind of is, I don't know how to say this. I guess you kind of have to watch Zombie Town to know what I'm saying. But I guess Goosebumps kind of seems like it's kind of for all ages in a way. But this, to me, seemed like a good movie to watch with your kids or a kid that's anywhere from like 8 to 14 kind of a thing. The comedy in it was very whimsical and childlike and cute. And I chuckled a little bit, but it's a lot of comedy that, of course, younger kids could understand too. Just kind of cutesy type comedy in this. So anyway, the story goes, you've got friends, Amy and Mike. Amy is the horror fan. Mike isn't much of a horror fan, but they live in this town. She can't wait to watch the movie Zombie Town. She's a big fan of Lynn Carver, again, who was played by Dan Aykroyd. And Mike works at the movie theater. And when they show the movie theater, you'll see what I mean by the set design in there. Everything is just so cool looking. All the props and animatronics they got going on in there. So he works the movie theater, and Lynn Carver brings the movie in early, kind of a thing. And he calls up Amy and says, hey, I got Zombie Town. Why don't you come over here and watch this? And she comes on over to the theater, and they watch it before everybody else does. And they start the movie, and something is unleashed. So what's unleashed is, you'll find out, is like an Egyptian curse in a way, and it turns everybody into zombies. And if you're not turned a zombie, if you didn't turn into a zombie, they suck your soul, kind of a thing. So they don't eat you, like they don't eat brains, kind of a zombie. They suck your soul, kind of a zombie. So you get some CGI with glowing eyes and the glowing mouth and the sucking of the souls and stuff. And then the next person will turn into a zombie as well. So that's kind of how the change happens. So that's, kind of Egyptian mummy-like in a way. So it's kind of like that. So it's not like traditional zombies. And that's basically what the story is about. And they just have to kind of figure out how to stop the curse and bring everybody back to normal, kind of a thing. And they have to have Lynn Carver, Dan Aykroyd's, help with that. And they get his help, and they save the day. And there you go. It's a happy ending. And that's pretty much the movie. It was fun. I thought it was fun, but I did need more to the story. It needed a little more substance to it. There were moments that kind of dragged out a little bit for me, like when they're just kind of talking amongst each other or whatever. And I thought it could have had a little bit more action going on in the movie with the zombies and stuff. So a little of that kind of fell short. I kind of wanted more of everything. And it kind of was like this, if that makes any sense. But I still had fun with it, and you may love it. I know kids will like it, I'm sure. I didn't hate it or anything. I did like Dan Aykroyd. I liked the acting. The acting was fine. That didn't bother me. Special effects, some of the CGI was but some of the special effects were good. Like I said, set design and all that was really awesome. Who's going? Who's leaving us?
Israel.
Oh, hey, Israel. Bye. I'm sorry. Dinner time. I know. Oh, I did watch the new Ghostbusters trailer earlier. Brian showed it to me and Joseph, and it looks amazing. I'm very excited for it. I seen everybody start posting about it, but I didn't look at the trailer, and then Brian showed it to me earlier. It looks really good. I'm really excited for the Ghostbusters thing. But, yeah, if you're a big R.L. Stein fan, you may really love this movie. Like I said, it's a good movie to watch around Halloween time. It really screams Halloween. I give it maybe just a 6. I was going to give it a 5, but I bumped it up to a 6 after watching Shaky Shivers. have no notes on Shaky Shivers. Let's just say that. Before we get into Shaky Shivers, I have a show and tell for y'all. I would like to show y'all, since we are talking about R.L. Stine. Zombie Momsen, you might like this. They are not Goosebumps books, but these are my books from my childhood, and these are the R.L. Stine books I was reading back in the day. They are copyrighted 89, 90, 91. But I have a whole stack of these. I've kept them my whole life. I have a whole stack of books from I don't know. This is like, I don't know. There's like a whole bunch of these like scary books that came out back then, from different authors. And some of them were R.L. Stine. So I just brought those particular ones. But I have a whole bunch of other ones, though, too. So this one is Blind Date. I loved all of these books. I kind of even, I don't know, I feel like I could still read them now as an adult, and they'd still be fun. I was reading these in, like, junior high and high school, so. Beach Party. And they're still really nice. I can't believe I kept them up this nice all this time. And I've moved so many times, and I still have the books. It's really kind of funny. The Babysitter, which I've heard that we may be getting a movie based on this. That's freaking cool if we do. I can't wait. And I also have The Babysitter 2. I couldn't wait for my mom to not only take me to the video store, or sometimes I'm at the video store myself to get horror movies, but I couldn't wait to go to the bookstore too so I can grab a new scary book. And Twisted. That was a good one too. Twisted Sisters. So yeah, those are really fun. So that's from my childhood. I just thought I would show you guys that since we were talking about R.L. Stine movies, Zombie Town and Goosebumps. I just thought y'all would like that. Hello, Chris. How are you? Hello, Stefan. How are you? Oh, your daughter has some books too. Oh, you have to go watch the new Ghostbusters trailer, please. Oh, I'm going to show that here in just a second. Are there babysitter movies on Netflix? I don't know, but it might be like the babysitter books that came out a long time ago for young girls. The Babysitter's Club, I think, is what it was. I think I had a couple of those too. I know there's movies on those, so I don't know. Yeah, all these are so good. And all my other ones that I have at home too, they're all so good. I don't know if they make these series of books anymore. I don't know, but they're really good. And I had a fun time reading them. I should read them again. If I trim my t-shirt collection, sign them and sell them. All right. Did you Goosebumps Monster Blood? No, I did not. What is that about? Oh, Cody. Yeah, those movies. I forgot about those. I forgot about those babysitter movies. You're right. Duh. The slasher movies. Those are good. Yes. All right, so let me talk about Shaky Shivers really quick, and then we'll get into the products. So Shaky Shivers, I guess came out last year, but it just came out on Screambox recently, though. So you can watch it on Screambox. It's an hour and 22 minutes long, thank God. It's a comedy horror. It's another comedy horror. And it kind of is in the same realm, like with the Zombie Town as far as like age. Although this one might be a little bit older. But yeah, so after watching this, I gave Zombie Town a better score. Brian wanted to watch this for the podcast, so you can watch the podcast and really hear what we have to say about it. But I'd been wanting to watch this. The trailer looked cool. It looked like it was going to be like a werewolf movie. And the poster looks really cool, but it's a bit deceiving, I have to say. Let me pull it up really quick on my IMDb. Shaky shivers. Here we go. So, you get friends Lucy and Karen. They work at an ice cream shop. And there's another guy there. His name is Eric. He works at the ice cream shop too. And so it kind of starts off of them all being in this ice cream shop and talking and stuff. And then all of a sudden this like voodoo witch woman comes into the ice cream shop, but she's called Mama Nature. She's like moss on her and leaves on her, and like her fingernails look like wood, and like she's really mother nature, but she's a bitch. Mother Nature can be a bitch though, right? So like she just randomly walks into this ice cream shop, and she has this weird like werewolf puppet looking thing on her hand, and she just bites Lucy with the hand, and puts this curse on her. And now all of a sudden Lucy is thinking she's going to turn into a werewolf. So her and her friend Karen get in the car and they go off to this camp, like this deserted camp thing. So that way, if she turns into a werewolf, they're away from people, and she's wanting Karen to shoot her, because she doesn't want to be a werewolf. So they're in the car, and the friend Eric, like she hasn't turned into a werewolf yet, but the friend Eric is messing with them and followed them and has a werewolf mask on and comes up to the car and scares them. Well, Karen shoots him. So now he's dead. But remember, he's got this spell book, though. He's got this weird spell book somehow. And then it cuts to Lucy waking up somewhere naked. You don't see her naked, but she's naked. And apparently she had turned into a werewolf. So she's going off to find Karen now to see where the heck Karen went to. And Karen is hiding in one of the bunker rooms in this camp or wherever the heck they're at. So they're like, let's get the book, the spell book from Eric. They've already dragged his dead body in there with him. They want the spell book to see maybe if there's a spell in there to get rid of the werewolf curse. They say the wrong curse. Now Eric turns into this zombie. And then, so this is happening throughout the movie. Like, there's different things. Like, then Karen ends up turning into a zombie. And it's only because... So when they turn into a zombie, they look like nature zombies. They got, like I said, wood for, like, fingernails. And they're, like, mossy and green. They're not like a normal zombie. But it's really cool looking. When I say that, I know that sounds weird. But... the one really good thing about this movie was the makeup, and that look of the zombies was cool, and all that was really neat. It was really neat looking. It was a kind of a different take on a zombie. Just like Zombie Nation kind of had a little bit different take on zombies too. That was with an Egyptian curse. This is with kind of Mother Nature. So when he comes alive looking like this, and he scratches her. Well, she becomes a zombie. So I guess you just have to get scratched. So there's that. And then there's like these witchcraft people coming out of the woods. Like all these like people are coming out, like all these different things. But there's really like no story in between all that to like make it like a full story. Like this one, I really needed more substance. Like way more than what I was thinking for Zombie Town. I just needed a whole lot more story. There was a lot of, it's supposed to be comedy. So then there was all these like moments in there where they're putting comedy in there, but it just didn't make sense. And it was just kind of stupid in a way. And then all this weird stuff is happening, and all they're trying to do is get the werewolf curse off of her. Then the owner of the ice cream shop, his name is Bob, it's this old man, he appears somehow. He appears and gives the story on the lady that came into the Mother Nature voodoo lady. He knows her and gives the story on her. So you get a little backstory on her. Okay, fine, cool. And then he's like telling them how he loves Bigfoot. Then all of a sudden, I'm just telling y'all this whole movie. Then, and then the Mama Nature, Mother Nature, whatever you want to call her, chick, voodoo chick, appears. And she's got all those witchcraft people around her right now. It's like all her peoples. And Bigfoot comes out of the woods and saves the day and kills her. I'm not kidding. It was just like all of a sudden here's Bigfoot, kills her, and it's like, oh, okay, that's done. Okay, well, we're done now. Bigfoot saved the day. And again, Bigfoot looks kind of different too. It's not your normal Bigfoot. He's all green and mossy looking to grassy looking with leaves and all that too. So everything's like kind of Mother Nature-ish in this. Which is kind of interesting, actually. That was like the one thing that made it interesting. The makeup and all that. So, there's more, y'all. There's more. Y'all are going, hard pass. So this was directed. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry when I'm about to say all this. This was directed by Sung Kang. I hope I'm saying that right. Sung Kang was Han in the Fast and Furious movies, which started in Tokyo Drift, and then he was in a couple other ones after that. I love Han. I love Fast and Furious movies. It's cool. He's great in that. He directed this. This is his directorial debut. Yeah. I didn't say anything. And then he does make a cameo at the very end of this movie. So Karen, the character Karen, earlier in the movie, she is talking to Lucy. Like, there's a whole time where Lucy and Karen are talking that just drags on forever. But Karen talks to her about an ex-boyfriend. They're talking about the ex-boyfriend and stuff. And so this ex-boyfriend just appears, I guess for comedy purposes at the end. And it's Sung Kang. He's doing it. And he plays like some, I don't even know. He's like cross-eyed and he talks like he's from, he talks like he's from Alabama, but he's dressed like a thug. And it was just like, what? It was really weird. I was just like, yeah, let's just go back to being Han on Fast and Furious. Thank you. So, yeah, there's that. So I'm just going to give it a 5, 4. We'll give it a 4. I gave it a 4 on the podcast. We'll give it a 4. And then I did give Zombie Town a 5, but I bumped it up to a 6 after watching Shaky Shivers. So, yeah. What are y'all saying? Abominable. Thank you, Jerome. I have not watched it, but I did see that as I was scrolling one day, and I do want to watch that. So, thank you for mentioning. Hello, Dan. How are you? I was just telling everybody about Shaky Shivers. Yeah, not a big fan of it, so. But you can go watch it on Screambox. You may love it. I think it only needed to be about an hour long, really, to be honest. It's an hour and 22 minutes. Maybe about an hour, because there's a lot, like I said, where the two girls are just talking forever, and it just went on forever. But not a lot of excitement. Like, they could have took all of these different entities and all these different characters and really done something probably really cool with it. It just didn't mesh well. So it was like they had all these little cool parts, but just couldn't bring it together. kind of a thing. So there's that. Next week, we do not know what we want to do for next week. I think I mentioned this earlier. We'll talk about it again. Next week for the podcast, I want you guys to pick what me and Brian talk about. The podcast will air on Friday as usual. And the choices are a Christmas movie, some type of Christmas movie. Probably It's a Wonderful Knife, because that's new and that's what everybody's going to be talking about. So maybe that. Or there's another movie called Secret Santa I was kind of looking at. But there's a couple that we could do as far as a holiday movie. Or we can do the Evil Lurks Within movie that everybody's talking about right now. Everybody's loving it. I have not watched it because I am not a foreign film person. I normally don't like subtitles. It drives me crazy. But with everybody loving it, and I've had so many people message me and tell me I need to watch it. Brian has already watched it and he loved it. Maybe I need to watch it and for something new to try and review that. So I want all y'all to choose, and in a few days we'll see what everybody says. So do we watch a Christmas movie, holiday movie right now, or do you want us to do Evil Lurks Within? I think that's what it's called, right? It's on Shudder. So both. We could do both, actually. Whoa, wait a minute. I just read somebody's the what? The Boogans is, and it's coming on 4K? Really? Oh, great. Thank you for telling me that. I like that movie. I didn't know it was going to be on 4K. Thanks. All right. So let's talk about the Thing box, because everybody keeps asking about that, and I keep talking about movies. So y'all choose what we watch for next week, okay? And then we'll do it. So The Thing, this just came out. When did we get this? Was it a couple days ago? Yeah, it's just a couple days ago. It's so big. And the packaging is really cool. So it's the dog. Let me turn around so y'all can see the packaging. And then let's open it. I don't know if y'all can see that. There's so much glare. You got the dog and all the accessories you got. Okay, so I'm not a huge Thing fan. I know people are going to not like that I said that. But it's not a movie I've watched 1,000 times. So yeah, you've got the, oh my gosh. I haven't even really paid attention to it that much myself. Oh yeah, that's really cool. Can you see that? It's just so glary in here. I'm trying to put it over here. It's really cool though, and I like that. And then here's the back so you can see kind of what's going on in there. And so these are available in store and online. And they are $74.99. So if you want one of these, I suggest going ahead and grabbing one because they have been selling out quickly the past couple of days. What are y'all saying? Excuse me? Cody's like freaking out right now. I'm not saying I don't like the movie. I'm not saying that at all. It's just not one of those movies that I watch a lot of or have watched a lot of. It's not one of my favorite John Carpenter movies. So yeah. I know. I need to watch the John Wick movies too. I haven't watched those, and everybody tells me I need to watch those. No one's asked about Coraline over here, though. We got these in too. The same day we got in the Thing bigger, we got these in from NECA as well. Let's see. Each figurine is half-scaled replica of the original handmade puppet seen in the film. Cool. I don't know much about Coraline either. I'm so sorry. Slasher films, we can talk all day. That I do know about. 80s cheesy slasher films. That's me. All day. I am so sorry, Cody. No, Cody. I love you. We can watch the thing together. How about that? I know. I'm killing everybody with what I like and don't like. Because I don't like Shaun of the Dead either. Everybody loves Shaun of the Dead. And I'm like, I think I'm the only person that does not like that movie. Now, that movie I don't like. This movie I like. It's just not one of my favorites. That's all. Live watch the thing. Oh. See, everybody's wanting me to do live movie watches, Philip. Guess we should do that. Should we do live movie watches with me? Do y'all want to watch a movie with me? All right, guys. I think that is about it. We don't have any kind of signing events or anything happening this month. We're taking the month off. Not sure what's happening for next month, but I will keep you informed. We will be having Thanksgiving Black Friday sales, obviously, of course, in store and online. So be on the lookout for that stuff once that happens. If you're in Vegas, make sure you come to Nightmare Cafe tomorrow night for Thanksgiving horror trivia. The giveaway prizes will be Thanksgiving posters, movie passes, and other really cool merch for Thanksgiving. I know that is a movie that we're all excited about. We've been waiting since 2007 for Thanksgiving, and me and Brian obviously will be doing a podcast on that. Cannot wait for that movie. Other than the sales, there's really not much else that we're doing this month. No conventions or anything like that. And that's really about it, I think. So make sure you go look on our website for these products. They are also online too. Anything else we need to add? I think that's really about it. Oh, we did. I didn't get to talk about this on my live show last week because it happened the day after. But we did have Joe, Bob, and Darcy back on Thursday night for another signing. And I just want to say thank you, everybody that came out for the signing. It was another successful signing. It was busy. We were the signing was from 5 to 8, and we closed the store at 7. And people were still coming in. We had a great time. I love them being here. They love being here. And Joe, Bob, and Darcy are more than welcome to come back to Nightmare Toys in Las Vegas anytime they want to. It was just another fantastic event. So just thank you, everybody, for coming out. I'm glad we could do that again because I know some people weren't able to see them the first time when the Jamboree was going on. So I'm glad we got to do that again for everybody. So, yep. So that's about it. So that was a good time. So I'm going to go ahead and go. I love all y'all so much. Thank you guys for joining in. I will be back next week. Hey, Madman Mars. Yes. Madman Mars. That's a good one. I like that movie. Madman. Let's see. Let me see what y'all are saying. The margarita flights are awesome. Somebody said the margarita flights are awesome. Yeah, I did think about that too. Robert Rodriguez directing Thanksgiving. That's actually a good question for the horror community. I respect both directors. I think both would do a great job with the movie. I'm glad Eli Roth is doing it. But that is a good question, though. Would you prefer Eli Roth to do it, which obviously is doing it, or would you prefer Robert Rodriguez to do Thanksgiving? It's a great question, actually. All right, guys, I will see you guys next week. Thank you very much for joining in. Make sure you're following Nightmare Toys on all social media. Brian's becoming popular on the TikTok. Is he becoming popular on his own TikTok or Nightmare Toys? Or both? Oh, I didn't know if he's doing his own. But he's out there on the TikTok doing stuff, and he's doing all the fun videos on Instagram. But we've got Snapchat, the Twitter, the YouTube, Facebook. We've got all social media. So make sure you're following us on all social media. And then myself as well. Make sure you're following me on X, Twitter, whatever you're calling it nowadays. I think we're all still calling it Twitter, Instagram, obviously. And then I have my website as well. And I've got my OnlyFans and my Fansly. And I would like to say that after the year is up, if you are following my mini vids or my loyal fans, I'm actually going to be deleting those accounts after the year's up. So I just want to go ahead and put that out there. I'm only going to have OnlyFans and Fansly and my website. And then I have a Cameo as well. So if you want a good morning message from me or send a happy birthday message to somebody, I've got my Cameo. So hit my link tree on my Instagram and on my Twitter. Everything is on there. All right. Well, thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it. I love you guys so much. And I hope y'all have a spooky rest of your week. Bye.